talk a little bit about, you share some of your maybe scarier memories.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it's not. I can't even just say sheer terror. Like, there's a lot of people that I had. Well, I think one of the coolest feelings in the world, and I'm sure the rest of the guys in the band. Oh, motherfucker! Hang on a second. That's getting hung up. All right, sorry about that. But I think the rest of the guys in the band can agree with too. Is we, like, as a band, made such an impact that we kind of at one point we kind of had the pick of the litter as far as who we wanted to play with. And there, we played with a myriad of bands, but like to me personally, to share a stage with a band that you've listened to for years, and they're right in your face, and you want to be like, holy fuck, like, you don't want to come off like a fanboy or something, but you're sitting there and there's Pete Steele from Typo Negative, or who I personally, like Chris Barnes from Cannibal Corpse, and the list goes on, and you're like, what am I doing on the same stage with these guys? Like, why? I don't think Section 8, our mindset has never been, wow, we're good, or wow, we know what we're doing. It was never like that. We were like, what the fuck's going on? And why do people like us? Like, we're assholes. Like, we're not. I don't know how to explain it. It's just that we're a tight unit, and 13 years of not playing, we've all stood the test of time, and can prove that. Granted, this is a big deal, but to us, I think we're honestly just happy to be able to play together again. That to me anyway means more than any of this bullshit. Mm-hmm. Without the fans, we wouldn't be where we were. I think we would still be who we are, and that's the difference. If you let something like that change you, you're fucking stupid. Like, if you become something you are not, period. You're, when you get to the point to where you think you're the best, then you failed yourself. Because there's always something else you can do. There's always something you can further and better yourself. And that's one thing that is, when I was talking about meeting all these amazing bands, I've had some negative experiences to where, like, this person, such and such, and I'm not going to name names, but there's been times when I've met bands that were my fucking idols, and it was like they might as well literally shit in their hand and thrown it at me. Like, what makes a person think they're that fucking good? Like, I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it, and if I ever become it, I'm done. I don't know how to explain it, but that. Like, yeah. You are what you do. Mm-hmm. And you're I don't even like using the word fan. The people that listen to you and support you, they're number one. And I always make it a point to remind them of that. When you've got bands out there that really, I think they don't even know what they have. And they let it get to them somehow. It changes them. And they become part of that monster, part of that industry that I can't stand. So I think maybe the punk rock stage in my life, or whatever you want to call it, made me an honest person. So that's about it. I don't know.
Hope that can inspire some people out there who are, maybe not.
Well, I hope so too, because, like, once again, not naming names, but like, I see a lot of really good local talent, a lot of good, a lot of great talent out there, and I pray they stay honest. Whether they like me or not, or I don't really give a fuck, but I pray they stay honest, because if they become something they're not, I'm going to be right there to call them out on it. So you're not a human if you don't.
Right. And there's no escape from it, really. Just illusory escape.
Oh, of course, yeah. There's temporary escape, but eventually you'll have to land. That's That's either learn the hard way or or not,
Right.
And I've dealt with a lot of that personally in my life, and I've seen a lot of it around me. Being from the scene that we all grew up in, there has never been another scene like the Upstate New York scene. I literally mean that. And once again, me talking about when things were scary to people was when I liked it. I could tell you 10,000 stories of just complete chaos, pride, love, you name it. And this weekend, I'm gonna see that again, and I'm gonna see these people that there's too many to count. There's too many experiences and too many people literally to count. Like, how do you thank everybody? You get a microphone and you do it. You show them what they want, and but literally, I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. I've lost too many people to count. Some of it's stupidity, some of it not. Some of it was just their time, and I think more importantly, that's why I do what I do. You got to have a place to put that and get it out there. If it were not for music, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I can say that. I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd kill myself, but I could be incarcerated. I don't know. There was a point in my life when, before music came in, I didn't give a fuck about anything. I didn't give a fuck about anything. And a few close calls, and even with the music, it comes with the temptation of getting fucked up. And it's all fun and games till someone loses an eye. And I've seen a lot of one-eyed people, so it kind of smartened me up. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to learn but the hard way. And I'm hoping that stage is over for me. And I've got a lot of things I want to plan on doing outside of the music industry, and keep pushing. So
talk a bit about your ambitions outside of the music industry, and I guess what your plans are next.
Well, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I've always been like a where the wind takes me type of person, and I dabble in writing, and I've been a little bit successful with putting out some stuff, and I want to definitely maintain that. I've always said, well, in my mind anyway, I'm a good writer. I'm an okay singer. Like the writing, I got that. But like I said, even you can improve in that. So, dealing with all that, I want to continue writing. Once I land and get on my feet, I'm actually going to be dabbling in film again as well. So, and you and I talked about possibly throwing some ideas back and forth, which I think would be an awesome thing to do. Where that will go, I'm a fan of, like, I like horror and I like structured stuff, but if I'm gonna film something, I'm like a huge, like, one of my favorite films is Gummo, mixing reality with scripted things. Also a big fan of, like, just really obscure, like, trippy, like, psychedelic stuff, and with a camera, like, basically you're showing the world what you see, and I've always liked that concept. I've never been really good with the technical side of anything, but I walk around with my cell phone all the time, and I'll see something really fucked up and take a picture of it, and people are like, what the fuck is that? Like, what? So there you go. And one thing more I could say, I'd like to thank everybody that has ever made us what we are, because I don't think we realize still. To this day, I don't think we realize what, like, when something like this, when 2 sold out shows, we're essentially making history. But to us, we're like, what the fuck? We're all nervous wrecks, but I guess that's part of the fun. So, thank you, man.
Thanks so much for your
Appreciate
time, bro. This is an interview that I've wanted to do for many years.
Okay.
And just to chat with you.
Yeah.
And
you know, I know you, and you know, I gotta apologize too because there's been times when you tried, and you have to understand too. It wasn't you. What am I? I don't know why I ever chose to to sing for a band because I'm not terrified, but I hate crowds. I have severe anxiety, and I think that is what makes the stage all the more alluring is because I'm terrified. And then, you know, once we as a unit get together, we're not even there. When we're playing, I can honestly say that for me, we're not even there. We're more concerned with what we're doing than anything else. And our main goal is to give 120%, and that you're going to see. That you're going to see. Even if it kills us, that you're going to see that.
The world is in a darker place than ever. People are in more pain than ever across the board, and I think for that reason, among many others, among them, the style of music that you guys put down was so original and fresh back then.
It's timeless to me. You know, it's you know, people used to make a joke to me. You know, I'd be sitting there promoting whatever band I was in, and my friends used to play a little joke. You know, I don't know if they thought it pissed me off, but it really didn't piss me off. But I'd be in a bar or something, you know, all friends hanging out. Someone would go play Section 8, have the DJ, and like, oh, he's gonna get pissed, you know, he's drunk. And you know, I guess I'd play the fucking part, but part of me was like, yeah, I fucking did that. It's like that's like almost that's the kid I had. I don't have any children, you know, that's the kid I had, you know.
Yeah.
And he's fucking grown. So
that's amazing. The last question I have for you before we break with this one, we were taking a walk earlier and talking about your family.
Yeah.
And your origins are quite unique.
Yeah. That's another dark, sordid thing that is crazy. My family, second or third, I believe, generation Norwegian German. And just that, like, you know, I always used to joke, this one girl I'm seeing now, I told her I'm fucking cursed. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm German and I'm a Cancer. So I am literally I don't know how to explain it. The shit that I have going on in my head is better off staying there, you know, sometimes. But, you know, through thick and thin, I was kind of always the black sheep of my family. But there's been no hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, my family might not get along with me, but I was always one of those guys. Like, you know, my friends became more of a family to me. Like, our band, we're those are my brothers, hands down. Any of my closest friends, whether they hate me or not, if I am out and they're not out and someone's talking bad about them, they're gonna fucking know. And that's the weird part about it, you know. Like, and I'm the kind of guy, I'll joke about anything. I'll make fun of anything. Okay, and that's another thing with me. Like, there's so much darkness in life that if you can't laugh at it or kind of brush it off, you're gonna get eaten by it. You know, you're gonna get consumed by it. So, I mean, literally, I really remember vividly one time when it was years ago. I was at a party, and someone had said something about my family, and I fucking lost it. And I don't even talk to. I barely talk to my family. I don't really talk to my dad. But just the fact that I'm here because of them and their struggle, you don't do that. And I think that goes with anyone, per se. But yeah, my family history is very sordid, and I think it kind of made me who I am. And I think it's really weird, but my father and my two older brothers, we were all the same. Like, we were kind of like pushed out there, and we had no safety net. So once again, learning the hard way. I'm not saying they were cruel or they had never been there, because they have been there. But I would have rather learned to be. I wouldn't be what I am today if it wasn't for that. literally, I guess maybe if it wasn't for that coldness, and that comes along, I guess, with being German, I hear, but like my father, the guy has, I swear to this day, is a robot. You know, you don't see anything. But, yeah, I know it's in there somewhere, because I'm a spitting image. So, that's about it.
Your friends, Nick, Steve, talk a bit about them and who contributed to the posters and to the art for the show. And
that was kind of weird because I believe it was Tim actually. Andrew got a hold of me about art, about designs. But no, they got a hold of me about designs, and I at the time one of my closest and best friends, Nick Esposito, very very talented man. Actually, the first guy I went to shows with, and he, kind of out of nowhere, I was like, "Hey, do you wanna?"
The only reason,
I didn't even this all came upon me really quickly. I didn't know we were gonna do shirts. We didn't, like I said, we didn't know it was gonna be this fucking gigantic monster I don't want to deal with. Like, the way I look at it is already like, I sing, that's what I'm gonna do. And, there's a lot of other... If it wasn't for these guys, you wouldn't be seeing half of the merchandise. But, I asked Nick, I said, hey, do you mind designing a shirt? And I'll bring it to the guys. And if they like it, we'll use it. Of course, I knew they were going to like it. And, fucking, there you go. Steve, the same way. Like, he actually knows our manager, Jared, and he brought Steve into the mix, and Steve has done a lot of work with Gunther Weezul as well, and the shirts, they look amazing. So we are very lucky. I think as a band, we kind of, I don't want to use the word caliber because it sounds too like pompous, but I think that we literally, sometimes you're a magnet for people that are like you. And if you are a writer, for instance, or a musician, not just in that field, but you're going to draw people or attract people that can see your visions. And Nick and I, like I said, we've best friends for years. And, we've seen hard times, we've lost people, but literally, like, we finish each other's sentences, So having him on board is, great. Steve as well. And we didn't really plan it, But I mean, what's better, we need to think of an idea for a shirt. What's better than anybody can scan the internet for images, okay? But to literally have someone in your phone that can fucking produce what you want, and they can already see it. That's a rare thing, and I'm hoping people really appreciate that, how rare that is, because once again, we're going back to talent in general. I think is overrated. My thing is if you don't love what you do, then don't bother. I think I can end with that.
Fair enough.
Thank you, man. Is there anything else?
New Orleans.
That's a weird thing. It's something that I don't know. I've never, literally, whether it be my situation, I've never really been anywhere. And I can really just say that it's going to be amazing. Like, I don't pretend it's going to be all roses. I know I'm going to have struggle, problems, maybe, hopefully not. But, I'm sure every rose has its thorn. Thank you, Brett fucking Michaels. But, I don't expect it to be utopia. But I'm literally given an opportunity that I've closed the door on many a times. And to me, just being me, life is way too short. I think we all know that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going down there. I've got a good friend down there. I'm going to be hanging out in some circles, which most people aren't lucky enough to be around. You know, I get to go fucking see. A lot of my music that I've been influenced by has been from that area, and being a New Yorker, I gotta wait once in a blue moon to see these bands. Now I'm gonna see them every fucking weekend. I'm gonna be like a kid in a candy shop, you know. But you know, a couple people, I won't name names, you know, they hang out in the same circles as Crowbar. I Hate God down, and once again, that whole fanboy thing comes back to me. Like, how am I not gonna act like a fucking weirdo when I'm talking to these people? So I'm excited about it. I'm really excited, scared, yes. But once again, like I said, the next stop is Europe. I want to go, with or without a band. I want to go and do me for a little while. And I don't want to be righteous and say I deserve it, but I think I do. So
I would love to see.
That's it. Like I said, I don't even know if I'm gonna do music. I don't know. I know that I got that bug, and I don't think that's gonna leave me. I think if I sit idle for too long, something bad will happen, or you know, I'll just God knows what. So
I would love to see Kirk's reaction to Section 8.
You know, I would. Me too. You know, I don't know.
Phil's as well, and Jimmy, and you know, all those guys.
No, like I said, you know, I'm going to be in a proper environment to where I'm hopefully going to have the opportunity to meet them, and I really can't stipulate too much of who knows who and why and how, but I'm going to have that opportunity, and you know, once again, it goes right back to wow, these guys I fucking, you know, listen to. And now I get to talk to them. I get to pick their brain, like you're picking mine, and I think that's what it is. You know? So maybe if I get tight enough, you know, I'll get a hold of you and say, hey, you know, maybe I can help you, and you know, in any way we can. I mean, you're doing us a great service. You know,
perhaps
to be honest, you know, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perhaps I'll come down and chill with you guys and
Hey.
Put something cool together. Whether it's writing or film or promoting music.
I got a you know, a big saying. You know, everybody's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm standing here. So that's the best.
Yeah.
You know, that's the most you can ask of. A lot of people forget that, and that's a problem too. You know, like people complain. You know, they get too comfortable, and I pray they don't, because you never know. You know? And even with the future of Section 8 and the other projects that I'm involved in, I can't tell you. But if we happen to do something, I'm down for it. If not, at least I know that we gave it a shot, you know. So
the best of luck with everything, bro.
You too, man. You too. Thank you.
For your time, man.
Appreciate it.